Thanks to Dick Enberg in Houston with Doug Collins and Isaiah Thomas. This is Bob Costas. Just about time for tip-off between the Bulls and the Rockets. Michael Jordan and company have won 11 in a row. He scored 41 in their most recent victory Friday night at home against Minnesota. They've also won 10 of their last 11 road games. They're without Luke Longley. His knee continues to bother him on the injured list, and Tony Kukoc with a sore foot is also out. So Pippen and Rodman are the forwards. Wennington starts at center with Harper and Jordan in the backcourt. Barkley, Olajuwon, and Drexler are all healthy, at least relatively speaking, for tonight's game for the Rockets. But these days, Barkley does not start. He comes off the bench. Clyde Drexler with only 8 regular season games remaining, and then perhaps only a handful in the playoffs, since the Rockets will enter it likely as the 7th or 8th seed. And then he moves on to his alma mater, the Houston Cougars, to become their head coach. As promised, we'll go back to Dick Enberg, and he'll wrap up the golf a bit later. Meanwhile, we're underway in Houston, and Scottie Pippen saves it in, but into the arms of Clyde Drexler. Drexler, who leads them in scoring at 18 a game. Kevin Willis from the foul line. Willis played especially well at center while Olajuwon missed more than 30 games. Then they moved 2,000 plus a bit more than a week ago at the Georgia for a game against the Hawks. Olajuwon rejects it. Bulls ball from the side.
That's what they depend on Olajuwon for. He's a defensive stopper. He shuts down the basket. He closes down the lane. And when penetration comes, he sends it out of there.
Jordan's first shot is there.
This is where the Bulls must strike against Houston. They have the speed, they have the...
Out of the question that Shaquille O'Neal could overtake Michael Jordan for the scoring title. Maloney for 3. He once made 8 of them in a playoff game against Seattle.
Bob, you'll see Houston wear out the left side.
Now he gets it back and hits a 17-footer.
Now Olajuwon will be able to take Wennington on the outside.
Michael, what a move!
Wow. Throws him on a pick and roll, stutter step. Houston opportunity.
Pippen drives on Drexler, then tries to dish to Wennington but loses it. Back comes Clyde. Nice feed for Willis. Boy, Drexler was all over that sequence. Can they sustain this kind of pace through 4 quarters given their age? Drexler hits the 3 plus the foul. When we come back, Clyde will be at the line. Elie trying to guard Jordan. Got a piece of it. And into the arms of Olajuwon.
On the clock to play out of the double teams.
Dream into the lane.
Earlier in the season, Olajuwon was having a hard time coming into the middle.
The free throw line and make 2 free throws.
Chicago's on a 9-0 run. Barkley trying to end it. The basket does not count. The foul came before the shot. And will step aside. Free throws. Jordan is hit with an offensive foul at the other end. Houston looks for the tie, or maybe the lead, and Elie hits this one. And now they're up 18-17.
The double team and the 3-point shot.
Michael answers.
See what Jordan is so good at.
Barkley backing Simpkins down. Then up top to Eddie Johnson. Consecutive 3s by Elie and Johnson. But can't. And Barkley threw an elbow as he gathered in the rebound. So with 1.9 on the clock, the Bulls will have it. Barkley leads the league, actually tied with Karl Malone in a dubious category, 24 technical fouls.
You love the intensity that Houston has come out with. They're a team that was lacking energy. He was looking for the tee, and now he got it.
And he's taken the league lead. Congratulations.
But Barkley told us yesterday, and Clyde referenced to it also, that they didn't come out with a lot of energy. They didn't come out with a lot of passion. They're an older team now.
Houston 21. Chicago 20. This is the NBA on NBC. Out the same kind of star players they once were. They're still very, very good, but they're past their peak. And even with all 3 of them in the lineup, Houston is 18-13 this year. That is not an overall championship pace.
I think one thing, though, if you ask Rudy, and we talked to him yesterday about it, Bob, He was looking for that ray of sunshine with their defense. Defense is what won championships for them. He said, I'd love to see us start getting teams to 20-point quarters. Well, you know what? First time. Rudy T's trying to buy some minutes here with his bench.
Othella Harrington hits with the lefty hook.
He has to really be careful because he doesn't have a team out there that can score a lot of points.
But this is the group, Doug, that has to supply the energy.
Pippen blew the dunk.
But this is the group, Doug, that has to supply the energy. Pippen.
It was a dark arena, the lighting was perfect, and you can see the rim, and the basket looked like it was the size of a peach basket.
Barkley over Rodman.
No double team that time, straight up in the post, and Charles just muscled.
Charles used his strength. He'll muscle in, there's no double team. He gets to bounce the ball 3 or 4 times, and when he's able to get that close to the basket, you're not going to...
Pippen against Drexler, out of bounds to Chicago. Drexler has just checked back in. He joins Barkley, Johnson, Price, and Harrington. And now Othella Harrington will leave, and Akeem Olajuwon returns.
Let's see how
fast break, and they bring it up the side of the court. You got to take that ball to the middle of the court where you have options.
The option in this case was a Drexler 3. He had all kinds of...
Mountain Dew, who reminds you to do the do. By American Express. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. And by Ford Explorer. Explorer, built Ford tough.
Jordan over Drexler.
Now that's one of the battles that Jordan takes personally.
And on the turnover, Jordan comes back. Pull up, and he's got 10.
Drexler has to answer the challenge right now.
As the teams went to their benches a moment ago, here's Charles Barkley with a little love tap for Michael Jordan. You remember
rebounds, no second shot opportunities.
And Price has the loose ball. Pulls up and misses short. Olajuwon with the bounce to Barkley, who tried to follow it and can't. Loose ball to Burrell. And finally a whistle as he's fouled by Olajuwon.
What I was just going to say is they can't forget about Olajuwon. He's only taken 4 shots.
Elie with that set shot through.
Inside, outside.
Almost half the shots the Rockets have taken in this first half have been three.
Double team him with Longley not here. There's no one that can play him straight up.
And you're watching the NBA on NBC.